Bringing you the flavor of the Midlands. Live from Columbia, this is Soda City Live.
Welcome back to Soda City Live. The Columbia House Music Project is a movement and a veteran-based organization that aims to spread the message of love, peace, and dance through house music. They have a few events coming up, including one next weekend celebrating Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. weekend for what they're calling House Music Culture Day. Now, joining me today is DJ Kelly Kell, founder of the Columbia House Music Project movement. Before you tell us about the House Music Cultural Day, I want you to share with us a little bit of the history behind house music. And thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Sarah. House music actually started at the end of the disco era back in between 1979 and 1980. In fact, it is a direct descendant of the disco era. Which many DJs from that time frame decided to take what was left over disco and turn it into something different. So we are very pleased to be doing this here in Columbia, South Carolina.
Now, this organization and movement isn't just, is veteran based, but it's not limited to veterans. So you do a lot of things in the community. Tell us a little bit about some of the work you've been doing, because this is actually the 4th year for your cultural day.
Yes, and we are very excited to be celebrating our 4th year. Most of our members are volunteers, and they are veterans. The vast majority of our followers are veterans, but it's open to everyone. In fact, it takes everyone to make it successful.
So tell me about your background with house. How did you get into house music?
Well, I am a DJ, and a lot of my friends in the past have always challenged me to do house music as opposed to other genres like hip hop, R&B, pop, and things like that. They said, DJ Kelly, you need to start doing house music. So it's from that time frame that I started actually researching it and got into it.
So now you primarily just deal and focus with house, or do you still do other genres as well?
No, I do all types of genres. You know, I like to do different things and provide, different types of music to different types of organizations. I'm not like in one lane. But I am very pleased to be bringing this project to Columbia, South Carolina, because I am a South Carolina native, born and raised right here. And the type of house music that we do is called soulful house music. So we get more of the jazz, soul, funk in our type of music. And also we provide the atmosphere where people can come and spiritually dance, right. Just let it all go.
I love it. It sounds real freeing. It's like the music you just do and move what the music tells you to do. And we're going to have an example. You have a dancer, well, 2 people are going to be dancing, showing us some demonstrations. But before we get into that, we'll be doing that after the break. But I want to talk about, because you said jazz, funk, but what other types of sounds do you hear? Not necessarily the genres, but like what type of instruments do you hear in funk and house music?
Oh, yes. It's definitely percussion crazy. It's invigorating. It has all types of other elements such as techno. You can also have that disco flavor to it, deep flavor to it, progressive flavor to it. And a lot of the instruments that we use are beat machines and just samples from other genres of music.
Now, I'm going to tell on you for a moment. When you were pulling up, you were actually listening to some house music. So I can tell you live and breathe it, and you're very passionate about it. And even when you're explaining and expressing it, I can also tell that you're very passionate about it and what you're doing with your movement, which I'm super excited to hear in a second. But let's talk about some of the equipment that you brought with us today. So let's start with your soundboard and then work our way into some of this little older instruments.
Okay, sure. So we have just over here the basic DJ mixing board that most DJs use. There's no certain brand or anything. It's just whatever can play the music. And I have my laptop here that actually holds my music. Some of the instruments that we use while dancing is things like the tambourine. And this is traditional house music gear.
Right.
I mean, and the people that support house music, we call them house heads. Okay, so the house heads, we use these type of instruments to make noise and dance while we're at our event. Have our maracas. We have something similar to the cowbells. And also we have our drums. All these things, Sierra, are critical to having a good time at any house music event you go to, no matter where it is.
Listen, with all these instruments, it sounds like a good time, and we haven't even heard it with the music yet. We're going to get to do it. I keep amping it up, but we're going to get a chance to hear the instruments, the dancing, and the mixing on your turntables and everything as well. But before we do, let's talk a little bit about the Culture Day. When, where is it, how much is it, and how can folks get more information?
Sure. The Culture Day, we celebrated in conjunction with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday, it is an actual official day here in Columbia. It's called a House Music Culture Day. It is January the 13th through the 15th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Friday, we normally do our meet and greet. Saturday, we actually do the event starting at 12 noon, and then Sunday is our farewell that also starts at 12 noon. It's open to everybody. Just come out, meet new people, and have a good time dancing all day long.
Well, since it's all day long, let's talk one more thing before we wrap up. What other types of entertainment can people expect when they come out?
Yeah, so you get to actually meet other DJs, other producers, singers, songwriters, and more importantly, just more people that love the culture of house music. And one thing about Columbia, South Carolina, we have a lot of what we call transplants. And transplants are basically people that are from the house-driven states like New York, New Jersey, Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta. And these people live right here in our capital city. So they are so excited to come out and experience this type of music. So just plan to network and have a great time all 3 days at any of our events.
And let me ask you this, is it family friendly for kids, or is there like an age cap?
Yes, our family friendly days are normally the Sundays. The Fridays and Saturdays are basically the dance days. Now during the summer, we do events that are absolutely 100% family free, where you can bring your pets, your children. We have games and all type of things like that.
Okay, awesome. Well, we'll have all these details on our website, wistv.com/SodaCityLive. Details right there, but for more information, again, visit our website. We'll also have the link for the House Music's website as well. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, and we are getting ready to get into this music, so stick with us.